The Blue Grotto in Capri is a natural sea cave that is famous for its mesmerizing blue water. The cave is located on the coast of the island of Capri in Italy. The sunlight passing through an underwater cavity and shining through the seawater creates a blue reflection that illuminates the cave. The Blue Grotto has been a popular tourist destination since the 19th century, and it continues to attract visitors from all over the world. Karl Seifert, a German painter, captured the beauty of the Blue Grotto in his painting, which depicts the stunning blue water and the rocky walls of the cave. His painting is a testament to the natural wonders that can be found in Italy. This painting, created by Meindert Hobbema in 1662, is a masterpiece of Dutch landscape painting. Hobbema believed that nature was the medium of human existence, and his landscapes always included human elements such as buildings, houses, mills, roads, and people going about their daily lives. He idealized the quiet, peaceful life of people living in harmony with nature. Unlike other artists of his time, Hobbema did not paint wild, dramatic scenes of nature. Instead, he painted serene landscapes that showed nature as a gentle and nurturing force. This painting is exhibited at the Louvre Museum in Paris and is a testament to Hobbema's skill as a landscape painter.
Today, we celebrate Kuindzhi's Day, and what better way to do it than by admiring one of his most famous works, Raduga. Painted in 1905, this masterpiece depicts a rainbow stretching over a vast landscape, with a small village nestled in the distance. Kuindzhi was known for his ability to capture the beauty of nature and the play of light and color, and Raduga is a perfect example of this. The painting is currently in the collection of the State Russian Museum in St. Petersburg, where it continues to inspire and delight visitors from around the world.
In this painting, we see a group of young girls enjoying a leisurely boat ride on the water. The colors are bright and cheerful, with the sunlight reflecting off the water and casting a warm glow on the scene. Monet was known for his Impressionist style, which emphasized capturing the fleeting effects of light and color in the natural world. This painting is a beautiful example of that style, and it captures the joy and freedom of a carefree summer day spent on the water.
This painting is a self-portrait of the artist Elisabeth Vigee-Lebrun with her daughter. It was painted in 1789 and is currently exhibited at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Vigee-Lebrun was a prominent portrait painter in the 18th century and was known for her depictions of royalty and aristocracy. In this painting, she portrays herself as a loving and devoted mother, holding her young daughter close. The painting is notable for its use of light and color, which create a warm and intimate atmosphere. It is considered one of Vigee-Lebrun's masterpieces and is a testament to her skill as a painter.
The painting depicts the breathtaking view of the Grand Canyon at sunrise. The artist, Sheri Farabo, has captured the first rays of the sun as they hit the canyon walls, illuminating the entire landscape. The colors used in the painting are warm and vibrant, reflecting the beauty of the natural wonder. The Grand Canyon is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world, and this painting is a true representation of its magnificence. In this painting, Levitan captures the beauty of nature during the twilight hour. The evening and night nature come alive with a special, invisible life. The forms in the painting lose their volume and mass, appearing ghostly in the dim light of the moon. The stacks in the painting look like silhouettes, and their repetitive, measured, unhurried rhythm gives the landscape a mood of quiet slumber. Levitan's sensitivity and vigilance allow him to capture the subtlest manifestations of the life of nature, its inner beat and rhythm, hidden from the eyes of other artists. The artist reveals this in an equally imperceptible, subtle movement of color. The finest shades of green, purple, and blue create the harmony of the night landscape, making it mysterious, and wary.
This portrait depicts Catherine Grey, a member of the British nobility who lived during the 16th century. She was the younger sister of Lady Jane Grey, who famously ruled England for 9 days before being executed. Catherine herself was also imprisoned for her involvement in a plot to overthrow Queen Mary I. In this painting, Lawrence captures Catherine's melancholy expression and elegant clothing, highlighting her status as a noblewoman. The painting is currently housed in the Cleveland Museum of Art, where it serves as a reminder of the turbulent political and social climate of 16th-century England.
Welcome to our art channel. Today, we want to showcase one of the most iconic paintings of Mikhail Vrubel, Demon Seated. This masterpiece depicts a demon sitting on a rock, with his wings spread out and his eyes staring into the distance. The painting is known for its intricate details and the use of vibrant colors, which make the demon look both terrifying and mesmerizing. If you're a fan of art, make sure to check out our channel, where you can find a wide variety of paintings, mosaics, sculptures, and more. Join us and enrich yourself with cultural content.
This illustration of Ivan Tsarevich and the Frog was created by Ivan Yakovlevich Bilibin in 1930. It was originally written for one of the first books of folk tales by Bilibin in 1899. Bilibin was not only an artist, but also a writer who came up with special fonts and decorated his texts with colorful images. In this early work, Bilibin's talent is already evident. The silhouettes and objects are delicately outlined, and it's hard to believe that the contours were created with a brush. Bilibin paid special attention to the landscape in all his illustrations, and in this one, the given color immediately makes it clear that the action takes place in a swamp. Light green tones, in some places even closer to yellow, are replaced by rich grassy colors. The sky is flooded with shades of gray-blue, as if filling the air with coolness.
Fisherman at Sea is a wonderful painting by William Turner, exhibited at the Royal Academy. The painting depicts an unstable boat with fishermen tossed on the high waves of a turbulent sea, with the moon appearing through the veil of gloomy clouds in the sky. Turner's mastery of oil painting is evident in the detailed drawing of the elements, theatrically exhibited composition, and amazing play with the color palette. The power and beauty of the sea, vulnerability of man to this greatness, and the beautiful scenery of the night sky are all realistically conveyed in the painting, which is a testament to Turner's skill and subtle flair.
This self-portrait was painted by Vincent van Gogh in 1886. It depicts the artist wearing a dark felt hat and a coat with a high collar. The background is a muted green color, which makes the figure stand out. Van Gogh was known for his use of bold colors, but in this painting, he chose a more subdued palette. The brushstrokes are visible and expressive, adding to the overall feeling of the painting. This self-portrait is now on display in a museum, where visitors can see it up close and appreciate the skill and talent of one of the most famous artists in history.
In this artwork by Afonin Alexander, we see a figure floating in outer space. The figure appears to be weightless and relaxed, with their arms and legs outstretched. The background is a dark, starry expanse, giving the impression that the figure is truly far from this world. The use of color is minimal, with the figure and background rendered in shades of black and white. This creates a stark contrast and emphasizes the peacefulness of the scene. Overall, this artwork invites the viewer to contemplate the vastness of space and our place within it.
This painting belongs to the Crimean period of Konstantin Korovin's work. The artist was very fond of visiting his dacha in the Crimea, where he felt extraordinary inspiration. The painting depicts a small resort town called Gurzuf and immediately catches the eye with the riot of colors of the nature of the southern seaside city. It is written in the traditional manner of Korovin's Impressionism. Broad, bright and colorful colors transform the southern landscape into a kind of theatrical scenery. But this theatricality in staging does not prevent Konstantin Korovin from enjoying the artistic impressions of the riot of colors of southern nature, depicted by the painter in the painting Crimea. Gurzuf. The painting is exhibited at the M.V. Nesterov Art Museum in Ufa. Paul Cézanne's canvas The Girl at the Piano depicts a peaceful and intimate family scene. The artist used wide brush strokes and diffused light to create a balanced composition. The girl sitting at the piano is the brightest figure in the painting, and the piano itself is an integral element of the interior. Cézanne's attention to detail is evident in every aspect of the painting. The pastel colors used by the artist add to the homely atmosphere of the scene. This painting marked the completion of Cézanne's cycle of portraits and family scenes. In the Blue Expanse by Arkady Rylov is a painting that depicts a flock of swans flying against the background of a layered white-blue sky and cumulus clouds, rising above the dark sea waves. The snow-capped cliffs of a desert island rise in the background, and a small sailboat can also be seen. The image of birds was a familiar subject for Arkady Alexandrovich, who passionately loved nature and nursed animals. The canvas is often compared with his work Swans over the Kama and Seagulls, which also show snow-white birds against the background of dazzling sunlight and endless waves. The picture is permeated with infinitely bright light and a feeling of fresh sea air.
The Indian Widow is a painting by Joseph Wright that depicts a woman who lost her husband in battle. The full title of the painting is The Widow of an Indian Chief, guarding the weapons of her late husband. The scene takes place against the backdrop of an active volcano, with dense clouds of smoke almost hiding the sun. The woman is depicted in a certain pose, dressed in a dress with drapery, in accordance with the traditions of that time. The ammunition of her fallen husband, including a quiver of arrows decorated with feathers, a bow, and a tomahawk, is depicted with amazing accuracy. The painting is characterized by Wright's favorite technique of a dark background, diluted with only a small light source, which in this case is the barely noticeable smoky rays of the sun. In this painting, we see a young girl seeking a love potion from a strange old man. She is in love with someone who does not reciprocate her feelings, and so she turns to the help of a local sorcerer. The girl is visibly embarrassed, knowing that she is resorting to deception. The painter accurately captures her emotions, the sadness in her eyes from unrequited love, the drooping shoulders, and self-doubt. The girl's reflection in the lowered mirror suggests that she is not happy with what she sees. Nesterov often depicted sad, suffering girls in his work, perhaps reflecting his own heartache after the untimely death of his first wife.
Welcome to the Louvre Museum in Paris. Today we are going to talk about one of the most famous masterpieces of Leonardo da Vinci's late creative period, St. John the Baptist. This painting is a true masterpiece of the sfumato technique, which Leonardo brought to perfection. The figure of John is placed on a dark, dull background in order to focus the viewer only on the hero, and with the help of sfumato, the master achieved a unique enveloping effect. The model for the picture was the famous student of Leonardo, Salai, who was next to the master for more than 20 years. Historians are still arguing about the nature of their relationship. If you ever have a chance to visit the Louvre Museum, don't miss the opportunity to see this amazing painting in person.
In his painting Dawn, Fyodor Vasilyev describes a warm summer morning. The foreground shows a quietly babbling rivulet, hiding its beginning in the lush greenery of herbs. The muddy bank of the river is framed by rare reeds and plants. The ground is damp, it looks like it has rained recently. Further, a wide green meadow opens to the eye. Nature comes alive and awakens after a night's rest. Already in some places, the sun's rays have broken through, illuminating the trees and the river, causing its waters to crumble into many tiny sparks. Trees, striking with the splendor of foliage, seem to touch the tops of the sky. Everything froze. Even the wind does not dare to break this magical silence of nature.
The painting Girl from Branowitz was created by Alexander Jerimsky in 1893. It is a portrait of a young girl from the village of Branowitz in Poland. The girl is depicted wearing traditional clothing, with a scarf on her head and a white blouse. She is looking directly at the viewer with a serious expression. The painting is an example of Jaremsky's skill as a portrait painter and his ability to capture the essence of his subjects. Today, the painting is exhibited in various art museums and galleries around the world.
The painting Sailboat off the Coast of Crimea on a Moonlit Night was painted with oil paints on canvas by Ivan Konstantinovich Aivazovsky in 1858. In the middle of the composition is a three-masted sailboat. The sea is motionless, calm, quiet, not foreshadowing storms, only a slight fluctuation of the water surface, betraying life in it. The sails are lowered on the ship. It, like the sea, is immovable. It seems as if nature and man no longer compete with each other, but, on the contrary, merge into one. By this time, the greatest marine painter had been living in Feodosia for more than 10 years, where, with the money earned from the sale of his paintings, he opened an art school, which later brought fame to the Novorossiysk province, now the territory of Moldova and Ukraine, and became one of its art centers.
In this painting, Fyodor Vasilyev captures the tranquility and grandeur of the coastal lagoon of the Volga River. Despite the presence of large dark clouds, the painting looks flawless, with a clear and beautiful color scheme of mainly sandy yellow and gray-white paints. The thick clouds hanging over the lagoon and the hill in the background suggest an impending thunderstorm. Vasilyev was a lover of nature and was concerned about its changes, which he attempted to showcase in all their glory through his art.
The Wing of the Grey Funnel is a watercolor painting by the German artist Albrecht Dürer. It was created in 1512 and is currently exhibited at the Albertina Gallery. The painting depicts the wing of a bird, with intricate details and shading that showcase Dürer's mastery of the medium. The gray funnel in the title refers to the bird's feathers, which are depicted in shades of gray. Dürer was known for his precise and realistic depictions of animals and nature, and this painting is a prime example of his skill.
Vincent van Gogh's Open-Air Café is a painting that depicts a busy Parisian café terrace. The painting was created in 1886 during Van Gogh's stay in Paris. The vibrant colors and bold brushstrokes used by the artist give the painting a lively and dynamic feel. The café depicted in the painting was located in Place Lamartine, near Van Gogh's apartment. Today, the painting is exhibited at the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, where it is a popular attraction for art lovers from all over the world.
George Stubbs was a renowned artist who received numerous orders for portraits of dogs, which were second only to horses in popularity. His fine art and excellent knowledge of anatomy allowed him to create wonderful portraits of his clients' beloved pets. In this painting, Stubbs uses his favorite technique of a dim, almost deserted landscape to draw all attention to the spaniel. The small, discreet flowers of diluted white color, faded greenery, light haze, and cold gray-blue sky with large clouds create a serene atmosphere that does not distract from the figure of the spaniel. The masterful accuracy and expressiveness with which Stubbs captured the dog make it seem as though you can feel its breath. This painting is a worthy addition to the world's works of painting and can be found at the Yale Center for British Art.
In 1867, Ivan Aivazovsky accompanied Empress Maria Alexandrovna and her children, Grand Duke Sergei Alexandrovich and Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna, to Constantinople. On the way back, the highest family expressed a desire to visit the artist's house. First, they went to Feodosia, where they were given a dignified welcome. The prince, having heard about the magnificent vineyards in the estate of Aivazovsky in Sudak, was eager to visit there. An oriental picnic was served in the pavilion of the garden, rich carpets laid out on the ground, excellent dishes. When the distinguished guests boarded the ship, on the wall of the cabin, they found this small picture depicting the events that had just taken place, the reception of the imperial family in Sudak. In this painting titled Peonies, Anna Pass captures the beauty and delicacy of the popular garden flower. The painting showcases a bouquet of peonies in full bloom, with their soft petals and vibrant colors. The artist's use of light and shadow creates a sense of depth and texture, making the flowers appear almost three-dimensional. This artwork is a wonderful example of contemporary art, showcasing the artist's skill and creativity in capturing the essence of nature on canvas.
In this painting, Ivan Ivanovich Shishkin depicts a serene and peaceful morning scene. The river, still sleepy and lazy, gains strength to run deep into the picture. The sky, earth, and water harmoniously complement each other, revealing the essence of each element. The pale blue sky turns into the tops of the hills covered with a cap of fog, then turns into the green of trees and grass. Water, reflecting all this splendor, emphasizes and refreshes the morning. The presence of a person is barely discernible in the picture, which only emphasizes the greatness of nature and the great harmony of God's world. The light source in the picture is located directly opposite the viewer, and another second in the sunlight will freeze this whole corner of Russian nature. The morning will come into its own completely, and the fog will dissipate.
This beautiful painting titled Hydrangea and Swallow was created by the famous Japanese artist Katsushika Hokusai in 1834. The painting depicts a beautiful blue hydrangea flower with a swallow perched on one of its branches. Hokusai was known for his incredible attention to detail and use of vibrant colors, which is evident in this painting. Hydrangea and Swallow is currently on display at the Art Institute of Chicago, where visitors can admire its beauty and learn more about Hokusai's incredible legacy.
The painting Woman and Sunset was created by the German artist Caspar Friedrich in 1818. It is currently on display at the Folkwang Museum in Essen. The painting depicts a woman standing on a rocky cliff, gazing out at a beautiful sunset over the sea. The colors of the sunset are warm and vibrant, with shades of orange, pink, and purple. The woman is dressed in a simple white gown, which contrasts with the dark rocks behind her. The painting is a beautiful example of Friedrich's romantic style, which often focused on the beauty of nature and the sublime power of the natural world.
In this painting titled At the Mirror, created by the Russian artist Zinaida Serebryakova in 1917, we see a young woman standing in front of a mirror, admiring her reflection. She is dressed in a flowing white gown, with a red sash tied around her waist. The room is filled with natural light, which illuminates the woman's face and highlights the intricate details of the mirror and the surrounding furniture. Serebryakova was known for her ability to capture the beauty and grace of the human form, and this painting is a perfect example of her skill. At the Mirror is currently held in a private collection at a museum.
In this portrait, Fyodor Stepanovich Rokotov, a magnificent artist of the late 18th century, created a type of intimate, chamber portrait that reveals the inner world of a person. The Countess, Elisabeth Vasilyevna Lakanova, daughter of a simple military brigadier, married the wealthy Count Santi and began to occupy the highest position in society. Rokotov's signature half-smile, which is present in the image of the Countess, marks all the portraits created by the artist, pointing out the mystery of the identity of each model who posed for the master. The picture is executed in melting tones, exquisite colors, ash smoky with olive pink tints, and speaks of a high degree of coloristic talent and taste of Rokotov.
Welcome to the Dresden Gallery in Germany. Today we are going to talk about one of the earliest works of Nicolas Poussin, a French artist who is considered the founder of classicism painting. This painting is called The Kingdom of Flora, and it was painted in 1631. As you can see, there are many characters on the canvas and they all appear in Ovid's story. Flora, the ancient Italian goddess of flowers, is the main character of this painting, and she personifies spring in the allegories of the four seasons. Poussin was known for his paintings on historical and mythological subjects, and this work is no exception. In fact, works on mythological subjects can be fully appreciated if you know how they are presented by ancient authors. The main literary source of the story of Flora is Ovid's Metamorphoses. If you ever have the chance to visit the Dresden Gallery, make sure to take a closer look at this beautiful painting by Nicolas Poussin.
This beautiful painting is a portrait of Jeanne Samari, created by the famous French artist Auguste Renoir in 1877. Jeanne Samari was a popular actress of her time and was known for her beauty and charm. Renoir captured her essence perfectly in this painting, which is now exhibited at the Musée ITG. The painting is a wonderful example of Renoir's skill as a portrait artist, and his ability to capture the personality and character of his subjects. The soft, warm colors and delicate brushstrokes create a sense of intimacy and warmth, making this painting a true masterpiece of the Impressionist era. The portrait painting Katenka by Nikolai Ivanovich Feshin is exhibited at the State Museum of Fine Arts of the Republic of Tatarstan. The painting features a young girl wrapped in a shawl or blanket, holding a toy, with unusually large blue eyes. Feshin's unique style is evident in the elegantly painted gentle face and the serious expression captured in the girl's eyes. The rest of the painting seems chaotic, but it is actually thoughtfully executed, with each stroke conveying dynamism, lightness, and sweep. Feshin's passion for Impressionism is also evident in the portrait, which is heartfelt, expressive, and sincere. The artist's embossed and colorful strokes give the painting both volume and airiness. Beelzebub's Call is a painting created by Johann Fuseli in 1802. The painting depicts a scene from John Milton's epic poem Paradise Lost, where Satan calls upon Beelzebub and other fallen angels to join him in his rebellion against God. Fuseli was known for his dark and fantastical paintings, and this piece is no exception. The use of dramatic lighting and intense colors creates a sense of foreboding and unease. Beelzebub's Call is currently exhibited in a museum.
This painting, titled To Relatives, was created by the Russian painter Leonid Osipovich Pasternak in 1891. The painting depicts a group of people gathered together, perhaps for a family gathering or celebration. The figures are dressed in traditional Russian clothing, and the setting appears to be a rural village. The painting is notable for its use of light and shadow, which creates a sense of depth and dimensionality. To Relatives is currently on display at the Museum of Fine Arts in Tumen.
Boulevard Saint-Denis is a painting by Claude Monet, created in 1875. The painting depicts a busy street in Paris with people and horse-drawn carriages. Monet was known for his Impressionist style, which aimed to capture the fleeting effects of light and color. In this painting, he uses loose brushstrokes and a bright color palette to convey the energy and movement of the city. Boulevard Saint-Denis is now held in a private collection.
This portrait depicts the famous Russian opera singer, Feofor Shelyapin. Kustadev was known for his ability to capture the essence of his subjects, and this painting is no exception. Shelyapin's commanding presence is conveyed through his strong facial features and the bold colors used in the painting. Kustadev was a master of capturing the spirit of his time, and this portrait is a testament to his skill as an artist.
This portrait depicts Korney Tchaikovsky, a famous Russian writer and poet, known for his children's literature. The painting was created by Ilya Repin, one of the most renowned Russian artists of the 19th century. Repin was known for his realistic and emotional style, and this portrait is no exception. Tchaikovsky is depicted with a serious expression, staring directly at the viewer. The use of light and shadow adds depth and dimension to the painting, making it a stunning example of Repin's skill as an artist. Today, this portrait is held in a private collection, but is occasionally exhibited in museums for the public to enjoy.
In 1877, Claude Monet settled near Paris, on the banks of the Seine. He returned to a small apartment and studio near the station in Saint-Lazare. Unexpectedly, the theme of several paintings was this industrial area. At the Fourth Impressionist exhibition, he presented 7 works on the theme of the railway station. Monet showed this in a miraculous way: the most prosaic things can contain amazing poetry. Therefore, everything depends not on the object of the image, but on the subject who writes it, not on what is chosen for the image, but on who looks at it and how it embodies. The locomotives in these paintings, by Monet, do not look like monsters, but, one might say, gracefully, although everyone at that time was captured by the feeling of strength, power, and speed of these gigantic machines.